Hey, today I'm just going to be giving a really quick rundown of how I created a game for the Ludum Dare 53 Game Jam in a lot less than the allotted time I'm submitting to the compo, and I've got a day and 3 hours left to make sure that everything works correctly. And also how I got past the fact that Hazel crashed 67 times in the process. Hazel's game engine being developed by the Cherno, Jan, whatever you want to call him. And I am the one who's responsible for making sure it runs on Linux and Mac OS and all the different platforms other than Windows. So this was mostly me testing to see how stable the Linux version is, which is to say not very, but I was able to make a game. The main idea of it is you take each of these packages, move them to the door that they want to be moved to, and then progressively spookier things happen as you go along. Uh, the original idea was to have each of them inherit from this package class, which would allow them each to have a behavior determined by what order they were delivered in. But as things went on, and I got a little bit more frustrated with Hazel and all that kind of stuff, I decided to just kind of give up and hard code all this stuff into the class. As you can see, there's like if not equal to the switch cases and all sorts of nonsense going on over here. 3 activated. But ultimately it works, so you know what? Who cares? It's a game jam. I'm not going to be coming back to this code base anytime soon, hopefully. Part of the genesis for me wanting to do Ludum Dare actually was I was working on this character controller separately because Hazel's built-in character controller is a little bit buggy, and I was trying to implement sort of Portal stroke Half-Life style physicsy pickup boxes and physics-based puzzling and all that kind of stuff, which I ended up using as the basis for the character controller in this. Um, and I'm pretty proud of how it works. It's not too buggy or anything, and if I just give the game a quick play, I don't like glitch off walls. I can pick up objects and stand on top of them. Overall, works pretty good. Then, in terms of the trials and tribulations, it was mostly just there are a lot of instabilities introduced by the porting process and by differences just UB or whatever between Windows and Linux. And it just meant that especially the physics engine and the scripting engine were quite unhappy with the state of affairs, as it were. It also doesn't help that I've basically never made a game in Hazel. I am working in the shadows, as it were, so I had to get a lot up to speed on, especially how to use audio or how to interact with the scripting API. The rest of the scripting is actually extremely simple. This is just a trigger that activates when the parcel passes over it, and then it just passes control back to the parcel, so it's all controlled in here. And then these are just, you click on them and they play a little audio clip. They are exceedingly simple. So yeah, the actual gameplay itself is literally just, you take the cubes and you bring them to the correct place. If you want to play through it, it's up on the Ludum Dare, and I'll send a link if you want it.